What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host, the best one, Donnie, here with...
Ben, what is going on? How is everybody doing? Another part of We Are Wrestling's hosts. We have a very exciting coverage tonight, and we are going to be predicting our thoughts for the matches for Hell in a Cell. Which match are you excited for, man? Like, what's your big, like, before we start this, like, before we get into, like, what it is, but, like, what is the match you were looking forward to the most out of all of them?
I'll tell you right now, it's got to be the main event. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins in this Hell in the Cell.
Really?
I think it's going to be a fucking classic.
Really? Okay. For me, it's gotta be Judgment Day versus Balor, Styles, and Morgan. 100%. It's gotta be that because I know there's something that's gonna happen in this match. There's some addition that's gonna happen, or there's gonna be some kind of turn somewhere. Like, how? No, right? No, we're gonna. We'll save it. We'll save it. We'll get it simmering.
So this is our Hell in the Cell 2022 predictions. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications, videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know, the grind is real. And before we get into this, there's an elephant in the room. Where is the biggest WWE hater, Danny, at?
You mean the biggest WWE mark?
You want to tell them?
Dan probably ate a bunch of Spanish food, laid down on the couch for 5 seconds and passed out. Honestly, he probably didn't even make it to the couch. He probably made it straight to his chair. It was like, oh, I'm fucking full. He's not asleep.
Yeah,
he straight up died.
You forgot to add, like, the coughing, like the...
That fucking fart sound was genius. He said... I can't even make it sound that clean. That was just... yeah, the first one was too good. But yeah, he's probably passed out somewhere in a ditch. I don't know. His bed.
Yeah,
maybe.
besides before, when, we were planning this, filming this predictions, Danny didn't really seem that interested, so that sucks to be him. I'm sure he will probably be doing the review after Hell in the Cell. I know I probably won't be because I gotta work 6 in the morning, unfortunately. But hey... Danny will probably be doing that.
I'll probably be doing it with him, because I have Monday off.
Yeah, so you guys will probably end up doing it, and, Danny can give all of his inputs on there.
Oh, of course, man, because Dan, we all wait for Danny's fucking opinions on WWE content. He's the biggest mark known to man.
Spooky fingers.
He's a part of Vince McMahon's Kiss My Ass Club.
Yeah, so, I say, let's get started on this prediction.
Let's fucking go, man.
All right, so we're going to start this off with a simple match here.
A simple match.
This is for the United States Championship singles match. Austin Theory is going to be defending his championship against Mustafa Ali.
So you want me to elaborate?
I'll let you go
want
first.
To know you want me to go first? Okay. So I might hit you with a 180 here, and things might get a little tense for a second. But I think it's going to be an upset, and I think Ali's going to take it.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Hot take.
I think it's a big hot take, man. But I think
we don't call these 180s, Ben.
No,
we
man.
call these hot takes.
Yeah, I think honestly, in my honest, humble opinion, let me just switch my light for this one because it's going to get a little dark in here. There we go. That's nice. So, I think something is going to happen where Ali's going to take it. And it's going to start a long-standing feud to make the, United States Championship more prestigious. And honestly, a lot of people are probably going to call me crazy because, Austin Theory right now is Vince McMahon's baby boy. So I just...
Vince McMahon's bitch.
Vince McMahon's bitch. But I think he's going to take it because he's been getting his ass beaten like crazy. And he's back on WWE television. Why?
That is very true, though.
What got negotiated?
It's not a delusional take.
No, it's really not. I really do believe that Mustafa Ali could potentially take this 100%.
You know something? Damn, you got me thinking here, Ben.
Yeah, dude, I
Because
think he might take it.
going into this, like I had, Austin Theory, but now a part of me feels like maybe Ali actually might pull the upset. And I think,
Yeah.
one reason why is because I know John Cena, I think, is being put on hold. He's going to be taking the summer and I think coming back to WWE this summer. And I could definitely see him doing a program with Austin Theory. And I think it wouldn't really make that much sense if the United States champion was on Theory during it.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I honestly I have to agree with you there. I don't think it would make sense for him to really just, be the US champion and have it be for the gold and something that we've seen a million fucking times when people come back and
I'm not
ultimately
going to
lose
lie.
it.
I really wouldn't complain if, Ali wins the title. I would not complain. I think that
No,
would really
I
help him. I think it would really elevate him.
I think honestly it'd be good recalibration for his character, for his career. I think that it could honestly help him prove something to Vince
At
that
least
he
until
knows.
SummerSlam.
At least until SummerSlam, or at least have a big competitor, come back for rather challenge him post SummerSlam if he ends up retaining, if he ends up becoming the US champion. But ultimately, man, I want to say in my heart, Ali. I want to say in my heart. I have a feeling that we're going to be just obviously it's going to be the usual filler match. Theory's going to take it home, but I want to have some faith that they're going to actually give Ali his moment.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting unless
Because
they
other
do
than
have. Because here's what I think is going to happen.
before you continue, has Ali, other than the Cruiserweight Championship, has he held any other title in WWE?
Nope.
So this would be a big defining moment for him. So continue. I'm sorry, man. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, so here's what I think is going to happen. As much as I really, really want Ali to win this match,
Yeah.
I think Austin Theory is probably going to retain the title because I think, maybe Ali will get screwed by The Miz again, or, he's been doing stuff with Ciampa as well. So if
Yeah.
Ciampa is not a part of Judgment Day, that could be his next feud. Where I feel like Ali is about to win the match and then he's going to get screwed somehow, some way.
Yeah.
And then maybe John Cena does come back and then, Theory and Cena do a US thing where, he puts Theory over.
Yeah.
You never know. But I think overall, Theory is going to probably retain the title. As much as, I would want Ali to get this moment because it would elevate him.
Absolutely. Um, yeah, I honestly, like I said, in my heart, Ali, but in reality, Theory.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, as much as I don't want that, I love Theory, don't get me wrong, but I think it would be interesting to see the title off of him for a little bit, feuding for it to build both of these stars up a little bit, and kind of put each other over.
and it could build some tension there because, he is Vince McMahon's bitch.
Mm-hmm. His
So,
baby boy.
pretty much, that could build some tension. Vince could be like, what the hell? You're my future. How did you lose to Ali for
How
the
did you lose to
title?
somebody that didn't even want to be here?
But that's what I
Seriously.
mean. It fills in time to maybe the next pay-per-view. You can have the
Absolutely.
rematch or something.
You can have a
And
good
then,
build up.
maybe shift Theory into something bigger.
Absolutely. I mean, temporary changes have happened.
But
I
the
mean,
only thing
between Bobby
is
Lashley
it
and
too
Miz.
soon? Is
No.
it too soon though? That's the only thing that
Well, here's the
I
thing.
am questioning.
Like I said, we've had temporary champions in the past, like with again recently the transition from fucking f- who the fuck was it from? But Miz had it from his cash in from Money in the Bank, and then Brock Lesnar took it. So that was very temporary. So, shit like that. And that was a world title. That was a fucking world title. So, a US title, I can see swapping hands back and forth a little bit. It happened with Chris Benoit and Booker T. And it's not something that we
I
haven't
remember
seen
back in
before.
'05, Orlando
Yeah,
Jordan.
Orlando Jordan
He
was another
switched
one.
it all the time.
100%. And he would tap out in fucking 3 seconds as well. The moment the crossface locked, he tapped.
Yep,
But we're
I
not going to
remember
talk about
that.
that. But regardless, I do think Theory will unfortunately in a, humble way, unfortunately, will retain.
Yes. So, moving forward now to our next match, we have another singles match, Ezekiel versus Kevin Owens.
I'm actually really excited to talk about this one. Honestly, like I've said many times since, day one, I've been nothing but, an Ezekiel fucking fan, like I don't know what has drawn me into Elias in general, because obviously we know that it's
He's
Elias, but
so good.
he's just, man, he's just one of the most gently creative people that they have on their roster. I think he's absolutely built like a star. They're giving him time in the fucking ring that we've needed from him since NXT. Like we've needed
Yes.
actual ring work from him.
Here's one thing about the Elias thing I never really understood. Like, he's so gifted on the mic and he's always
Yeah.
been so good in the ring.
The
But
Drifter was
why did
sick.
they why did they take a little bit of that away? Like, with these musical characters, like Jeff Jarrett was able
Mhm.
to, be a good wrestler. Same with who was the other guitar
Honky Tonk
guy
Man.
there? Honky Tonk Man, yes. So
Yeah.
that's the only thing I never really understood with it, because I've always knew how good he was in the
Mhm.
ring, because I actually did pay attention to a lot of his work in NXT
Yeah.
with the house show stuff. Like, he didn't really do much on
Like,
NXT
yeah.
TV.
But regardless, we're getting the fucking in-ring, we're finally getting more of his, personality. I think his real personality in a lot of ways. We're getting a lot more promo work from him, like a lot more vignettes. We're getting a lot of things from him. And honestly, I love seeing Zeke speak.
I love the story. I love the video that they did. It was a few weeks back with him meeting Shawn Michaels. That was
Yes.
fucking awesome.
Dude,
Like that,
like,
and if WWE can do more video like that,
yes.
they can put guys over. I
And
say the
they're,
same thing with AEW
dude,
all the
man,
time.
I am here to listen to Zeke speak. All right.
Speak with Zeke.
I'm here to speak with Zeke, man. Like I am 100% for it, and to help mold this character and to get to really know who he is, to pair him up with Kevin Owens is a genius idea because again, Kevin is getting paid an astronomical amount of money this year.
Do not
So,
pick your winner just yet.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
So pairing him up with somebody as creative as, Kevin Owens, who is not afraid to step outside of the comfort zone for, whatever have you. He's again one of those just great champs that just does whatever is really asked of him within reason. And it just their chemistry in the ring, whether it's, between each other and the mic, in the ring, it's always fucking exhilarating to watch. Again, Ezekiel / Elias, fantastic performer, awesome on the mic. Kevin Owens, the modern day Stone Cold Steve Austin. It is so fucking cool just seeing it. I think honestly, I can't pick a winner. I feel like they're both winners in my eyes. But I
Moral
do
victories.
moral victories, personal best. 100%. It's one of these rivalries where it's just like it's so goddamn entertaining and so compelling to watch where it's just I take it seriously, but I don't. So I'm just like, I can see it going either way, but I will pick my winner.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, before you pick your winner, let me give my opinion on this.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Okay, so my thoughts on this Ezekiel Kevin Owens thing. I've actually been one of those fans that have actually enjoyed it.
Yes.
And, you're more towards the WWE side of things. Danny's more towards the AEW side of things. I am, like, in the middle. And, coming from the middle, I will say I actually do enjoy this feud with, Ezekiel and Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens has done his job here, putting over the new character that Ezekiel is portraying. Well, it's not even a character. This is really Ezekiel. And I love the whole I'm not Elias thing. I
Yeah.
love the video package with the whole Shawn Michaels thing. I love how Kevin Owens, tried, betraying himself as his great uncle that one time, when he was dressed up like Limp Bizkit. I really am enjoying this, the lie detectors. This has been great from start to finish, and this is
Absolutely.
going to be a fun match. And this is exactly what, a lot of the fans are criticizing the card here. But this is what fans have been complaining about. You're throwing matches last minute, but in this case, WWE started this.
Yeah.
Wasn't it after Mania?
I believe so, yes. It was literally the Raw after Mania.
Exactly. This is long-term booking here. And
And I
you
love
don't
it.
get this often in WWE.
And
So
as
for the
well
people
as
that
it's
are
been going.
complaining about it, they're literally doing it right here on Raw. SmackDown, that's a whole nother story. But with Raw, there's a reason why every match on this card is Raw-based. Because this has all been storylines that have actually had time to be built to this pay-per-view.
Dude, 100%. I absolutely agree with every single one of those points, man. Like, we don't get a lot of long-term storytelling
And
anymore.
what's so interesting about Kevin Owens is when you need the man to be serious, he can be serious.
And
when you need the man to put somebody over, he puts that man over.
without question, especially if he believes in them.
When you need Kevin to, be funny, he's going out there and he's going to make the entire crowd laugh.
Oh,
That is the
absolutely.
talent that he is.
Dude, Kevin Owens is just one of those guys that is naturally over as fuck. 100%.
Okay, so now with the winners, what do you got in this match?
This
No
one,
moral victories, unfortunately.
yeah, unfortunately, no chances here.
Unless they do like a double roll up.
Honestly, for this one, I'm gonna say Owens is gonna take this one. I think because Ezekiel doesn't really have any real experience in a Hell in a Cell. I think that could honestly hurt him in a lot of ways.
No, it's a singles match. It's not in
Oh,
Hell
it's
in
not in a cell? Oh, okay. I'm still gonna go with Owens. I think, there's gonna be some kind of behind the back DQ in some kind of way. I do think that either some kind of interference, some kind of, shenanigans behind excuse me. The ref's back, whatever. On Kevin Owens' side for sure, because it's way too soon for an Ezekiel heel turn. I think honestly, Owens is just going to take it because I think, to have Ezekiel win this many times clean would be a little too much at that point. I feel like then you'd be kind of pushing him a little too over. He needs to get humbled in a way, he needs to get some callous back, a little bit of humility in the package as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Owens.
With this match, I am going to pick the opposite. I think Ezekiel is going to get his first, pay-per-view win. This is going to, elevate him to the next level.
I didn't think about that.
Focused on other stuff.
Okay.
I think, like him winning, he will beat Kevin Owens.
Because this is going to conclude the feud.
This will conclude the feud.
Okay, so honestly, let me reverse. I'm going to go Ezekiel. Because I completely forgot that this is a pay-per-view.
Because now Kevin Owens is not going to take Ezekiel as a joke. He is going to, actually see how good he really is.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. So
because I'm loving this underdog inspiring story. Like he always wanted to be a WWE superstar.
Yeah.
His brother Elias got to do it,
and now it's his
playing
turn.
the guitar, and now like he wants to, achieve like greatness. And I really like the way that they're doing this. And I definitely see the long picture here, and I really hope they continue, working on this picture.
Absolutely.
Because so far, to me, this is a masterpiece.
Absolutely, man. So honestly, yeah, I'm going to go with Ezekiel. Now that you've actually kind of pointed out those facts, I'm going to go with Ezekiel 100%.
Speak with Zeke.
I'm here to fucking listen to Zeke speak, bro. I'm going to speak with Zeke.
Now, our next match for Hell in the Cell pay-per-view, we have a 2-on-1 handicap match. Bobby Lashley, the Almighty, versus the Green Giant himself, Amos, and MVP.
Honestly, I'm excited.
I think this is a regular match.
Honestly, I think Bobby's going to take this. Honestly, because I have a feeling of some kind of aid, especially if MVP is back too. Like I'm gonna be interested about that. I think Bobby's gonna get some kind of aid in a way. So I'm gonna go Bobby, just because I'm not really interested in the match per se, but I'm interested in the conclusion.
I'm gonna say this: This feud, I am just not interested in whatsoever.
Yeah, it's
I
starting to
think
run
it's I
stale.
think it's the fact that, they split MVP up with Bobby Lashley. I get why they did it. I understand where you and Danny are coming from with like why they did it, but like why fix something that's not broken? Because for me, I was a lot more interested in Bobby Lashley when he had MVP by his side than now. And maybe it's because he's feuding with Omos and I'm just not a fan.
I
I feel like
think
Omos is still pretty green. He's getting a little bit less green every week, though. I will say that.
I need to see Bobby face other people. I
Yes.
need to see him let MVP go entirely and face other people, and I think I need to see him in the mid card for a little bit, but in like a strong mid card, you know,
Yeah.
like a very strong mid card. Like I want to see a eventual rivalry with him and Corbin. I want to see Corbin go main event one day. I'm excited for SmackDown because Madcap's coming back with a whole repackage. So
I'm
I'm
excited for
I'm
that.
excited for that. So I'm gonna be watching. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna with this one I'm gonna keep it short and sweet and say Lashley.
Yeah, so I think what's going to happen in this match is I think that Bobby Lashley is going to beat Omos in MVP. I think they're not going to make Omos look weak at all in this. I
No,
think
I think he's gonna get
Lashley
it
is going to
beating.
find some way to finagle a win like he did in the cage match. I think what's going to happen here is maybe he ties like Omos's hands or something like to the ropes and then he gets his hands on MVP finally and like that's how they finally end this feud is like when Lashley hurts MVP and then, they both can move forward. So in this case, I got Bobby Lashley winning.
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go with that too. I'm
All
definitely gonna go with
right.
that as well.
Moving on now to our next match here. We have a 6-man tag match. It's a mixed tag match, by the way. Finn Balor,
Yeah,
AJ Styles, and Liv Morgan versus the Judgment Day. Edge, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley.
man, this is the one that I've been excited about, my dude. We gonna talk about Bruno. Honestly,
I'm
man,
excited for
I'm
this
really,
one.
really excited for this. I'm really excited and this is a mixed tag, and this isn't in a Hell in a Cell. The only Hell in a Cell is Cody Rhodes and Seth, right? All right,
Yes,
so this is a mixed tag.
which kind of sucks.
Yeah, because I would have loved to see this in a cell. Um,
You know something?
what's
That
up?
would have been really good idea if they did that because think about it. Usually the mixed tag matches, like sometimes I feel like they could get a little bit stale and boring because
Yeah,
usually the female wrestlers do not wrestle the male wrestlers as it should be. I don't really like the mix or like the intergender matches. But like
I
in a
do.
cell, you would have the female wrestlers wrestling each other and like you would have the guy wrestlers wrestling each other.
100. I see. I do. Like, I would
That would have
enjoy
been
this
perfect in a
more. I
cell.
would enjoy this a lot
Oh my
more if not in a cell, an intergender tornado tag match where everybody can get in the ring
yes. Or like
or
anything
outside.
goes.
Absolutely, I would have enjoyed it so
But
much more.
imagine a cell. That would have been
Oh
insane,
my
this
god,
match.
yeah, dude, absolutely. And I'm talking the cell that's not right up against the ring. I'm talking the one where it's open. The aprons are involved as well, so you can fucking grab shit from underneath the ring.
Hell
Like,
in the
fuck yeah,
cell.
yeah, legitimate hell. Like, I want to see some crazy shit again, man. Like, I want to see fucking Ripley live through the fucking cell or vice versa. Like, I want to see someone go through that bitch. Like, it's been way too long, and I hope that this Sunday we get to see somebody go through it too.
All I know is Rollins. I can't wait to get into that main event.
That's gonna be
Oh,
so good, man.
that's gonna be a great discussion. Here's my thoughts on this 6-man tag match. I think it would have been way better with the stipulation involved because I feel like what they did was, yes, they had the long-term booking for this pay-per-view, but the only problem is this is a gimmick pay-per-view and there's only one Hell in a Cell match on this card. I
Goddamn.
wish that we had at least another one or like anything goes match or something. There's too many just regular matches that you would typically get on like a Raw or a SmackDown.
Yeah, like I just my
I
biggest
love the
regret.
long-term booking though.
I do too. I just wish that there was something special thrown into this, and that's what kind of dulls my excitement for it. Um,
Yes.
but in terms of winner, I'm gonna say Judgment Day, and there's gonna be some kind of turn somewhere. I
Ooh.
think Finn
So
Balor is going to turn on AJ, and in replacement, Mustafa Ali, if he doesn't retain and this is just a filler, will join AJ Styles, where Ciampa will also join. And then they're going to also have to find somebody else to take fucking Balor's place, which is very easy to do when they're expanding.
yeah, so with this 6-man tag match, I think what's going to happen is because I feel like Judgment Day has been winning a lot lately, so I'm going to throw a hot take here, and I have Finn Balor, AJ, and Liv winning this match,
Yep.
but something's going to happen after this match. I think it's probably going to end up being. Ooh, there's so many possibilities
What's your
here.
hot take?
I think the person that will join Judgment Day, I could see it being Baron Corbin.
That'd be interesting.
I
I'd
know
be
it's a
for it.
curveball. It's probably not going to happen,
Because here's the
but
thing: if Madcap's getting a reinvention, maybe the lone wolf's going to come, not be a lone wolf, but he's going to be part of Judgment Day.
I don't know. I think it's either going to be Baron Corbin or it will be Ciampa.
I'm leaning more towards Ciampa.
But then again, you never know. Finn Balor or AJ can turn. That's also another,
Yeah,
it's
dude,
so
it's
there's so many
unpredictable.
possibilities here.
That's the thing, and that's the biggest draw on Raw right now is Judgment Day because it's so unpredictable. And we're waiting for all these stable members to join, So I'm definitely gonna go with Judgment Day still as my pick.
All right, I'm going to, go with AJ, Finn, and Liv Morgan.
All
But
right.
something will happen.
Oh, 100%. There's gonna be a new edition or something.
Yes. So now, our second to last match is a triple threat match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair is going to be defending her championship against Asuka versus Becky Lynch.
I'm not interested.
Yeah, this storyline's been very.
It has been
very bland.
It's very malarkey. It's very malarkey. So I honestly don't even have much that I can really say about it other than this is the same repeats of the same people, including Asuka, unfortunately, and she's been gone for fucking ever, and I'm already like, cool. It's just, if I had the choice, I would say Asuka, 100%. But at this point, because it's just Hell in a Cell and it's not a stacked, fucking pay-per-view, I think Belair's going to retain in some way.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I feel like that they're going to get a pretty good time with this match, and I think that it is going to be a very good match that they're going to put on.
Absolutely.
Better than a lot of people are expecting it to be. But I do think that Bianca Belair will retain the championship. It's too soon to take the title off of her.
Absolutely.
Now, moving on to the main event of Hell in the Cell.
Let's go.
Cody Rhodes versus Seth freaking Rollins inside the Hell in the Cell.
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's go. Let's talk about it, Andrew. I am really excited about this match. This is what, match number 3 now? This is third time's the charm?
Third time.
All right, so
on television.
This one I'm expecting.
We don't count the live event stuff on here.
I think this one is the biggest one out of all of them, the cumulative pinnacle of this entire feud since Cody's reemergence in the WWE at WrestleMania. I do believe 100% that we're in for a hell of a match in a Hell in a Cell. I also believe that we're going to see something pretty fucking brutal because both of these guys are ridiculous. I mean, they would beat the shit out of each other at WrestleMania outside of a cell. Imagine inside. It's going to be fucking nuts.
And I think with the amount of matches that we have on this card, they're going to get a solid 30-minute match.
Oh, 100%, because there's so many things that you can do. There's so many things that you can utilize in a cell as well.
Hey, one cool take here.
What's up?
Cody Rhodes, this is his first actual WWE main event pay-per-view match.
Whoa. And he rightfully deserves this. 100%. I'm really excited for it. I'm not entirely sure about a winner for this one, though. Like I feel for this one, it can go either way. I do believe, and I want to say Cody Rhodes. Like I want to say Cody Rhodes in some capacity will win this, and it's going to be his first big fucking win. And eventually, we're probably going to get a full circle within however long after Cody's multiple fucking rivalries and everything. The next time I can see them really like interacting on a full on rivalry is when Cody has a belt and they want to run it back.
Yes,
That is the next time I see them really
which is
feuding after
probably the
this.
best thing for them to
Because
do.
at that point, if Cody wins this, he can officially say that Seth Rollins has never beat him. And
Yeah,
that would be
so
long-term storytelling. So that would solidify a big mark. So I think Cody Rhodes, honestly, ultimately.
yeah, so you know what I think? This match is going to be a classic. I feel
Oh,
like
dude, it's going to be
we have
brutal.
not had a Hell in the Cell classic in so long.
And a lot of them
I
involve The Undertaker.
And I think like this one is going to be going down in history as one of the best. And maybe I am, overhyping it because of how, small this pay-per-view is. There's not really that crazy hype into this pay-per-view.
But I
Maybe it's
think
just
we're going
me
to be pleasantly
over-exaggerating.
surprised.
But I think that a lot of people are going to be surprised on how good this match is. I think that
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be violence in this match. I think, Cody and Seth are going to go beyond what people are
Both
expecting.
of those men are going to be feeling it on Monday.
And long-term booking, this has been great, this
Fan
rivalry with
fucking
Seth
tastic. And like
and Cody.
they've really held up on the deal when it came to booking Cody Rhodes properly.
I will
This is some of the best booking that I've seen for anybody that's just came back, even with the burnt bridges that they left with, have come back and have had a fantastic run so far. I'm really excited for him.
I'm very excited for Cody, and it's crazy because like a lot of people, thought at first he was dumb for going back to WWE, but I was one of them that, really praised WWE for this
Oh
because
yeah.
when it comes down to it in AEW, the more guys that they were signing, the more Cody was fading away from the main event picture where,
Mm-hmm.
he rightfully deserved to be because when he left WWE, he made it a mission that he is going to prove to Vince and WWE that he is a main event star, that he is a world champion. And that's what he did with Ring of Honor and New
Mm-hmm.
Japan, Bullet Club, and then even AEW. Like he had some of the best work in the beginning of the
Yeah.
promotion. And it's crazy to see where he's at now because I think WWE and Cody, they needed each other and it was the perfect fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
And I love
Um.
this booking with Cody. Like it's pretty
Absolutely.
much everything that this man did in AEW, they pretty much, brought it into WWE and it works out
It was
because
a
it's a
beautiful
PG
transition.
product. Cody is a baby face. The kids love him. This is exactly what WWE needed going into,
Cody
if they wanted
Rhodes.
to continue the PG era.
Cody Rhodes is basically this era's Bret Hart.
Pretty much.
And like in that perspective, when it comes to interacting with, the children of fans,
Because
like
let's be honest, WWE is not going to be going away from PG anytime soon. So I feel like
I
people
wouldn't
just
call them
need to.
PG. I would call them PG-13 ish.
Okay.
Like,
That's fair enough.
I would give them a fair thing.
The only reason why I say it's PG is because when I went to Monday Night Raw, which if you guys have not checked out that vlog, definitely recommend you guys to go check that out on the We Are Wrestling channel after this predictions. Let me just say this. When I went to Raw, I had different expectations. I noticed lots of kids.
Hmm.
And that's when I realized that, something? WWE, their target right now is kids. It's not us hardcore fans.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, but that's a discussion again for another
And
time.
that's why, like, the hardcore fans, like, if you don't enjoy the product, Danny,
Yep.
Danny, you should not be watching the product because WWE is changing, it's evolving. I get it, we have to criticize them and stuff, but like, what's the point of watching it if you're not enjoying it? For me
Absolutely.
personally, don't get me wrong. I have been enjoying AEW a lot more than WWE,
Hmm.
but there's still things in WWE that I do enjoy. Like, I can still sit there and watch the show
Absolutely.
without critiquing it.
Now, hot take time. because this
Oh
is going to
no.
go in conjunction with the main event. I am a believer that low-key Bray Wyatt is returning at Hell in a Cell.
Well, I was just gonna get into Bray Wyatt. Wow.
I do believe he will be returning at the main event of Hell in a Cell. I do believe that could be Cody's next big feud,
It makes a lot of sense
especially
why
when
this
he was
is
Husky
happening.
Harris. Yep, I believe that I think it's time, and for this and a completely different attitude of Wyatt 6, like I know he's going back to WWE because Bray Wyatt is WWE's. So it's like, Wyatt 6, 5 was the Fiend, bitch. Like,
Here's the thing. A lot of people have been speculating after he left WWE that he was going to go to AEW. I was one of those that didn't really believe in that. I really think that Bray Wyatt is always going to be a WWE guy. It's like
absolutely.
that's like saying the Undertaker retires and then goes to AEW.
I
That's not going
think
to happen. Randy Orton leaving WWE for AEW. That's not going to happen.
I think Bray Wyatt leaving and getting released wasn't heinous, especially with the things that have come to light. I don't think that his release was something that was done out of spite or out of like any, there was nothing that there was there for him to do. As you know, Brody Lee had just recently passed away at that point. So he was going through a very dark spiral where he wanted to step away and do something a little different to kind of, really find himself again, find his love for the business, his love for creativity, which, is a very big key factor into who Bray Wyatt or, Wyndham Rotunda is, a very creative individual. And if he does not have the creative juices, it would not flow. But the fact
And
that
I
now
think
his
the
handle is
problem
and now the fact that his handle is Wyatt 6, he's doing a lot of subliminal teasing, saying patience that it's almost time. Sunday is where I'm thinking, man. Because anybody can take a
it
plane.
makes a lot of sense.
Anybody can take a plane, and he's not too far. So I honestly, man, I have firm belief that he will be making his reemergence at Hell in a Cell, and I'm telling you this now. If he does, not only will it be a ginormous fucking pop, but the ratings about to the whole game and the landscape's about to change.
It will blow up.
Bray Wyatt is about to body and literally become another version of the Eater of Worlds and swallow this whole fucking industry whole. Mark
Here's
my
the
fucking
thing.
words, dude. That dude is going to be a force to reckon with when he comes back, because there's no more Firefly fucking Funhouse.
And speaking of the Fiend now, this
Yeah,
is what I'm going to get into now before, I give my opinion on the Bray Wyatt Hell in the Cell thing,
absolutely.
rumor. I think that the reason why, yes, the Fiend worked for a little while, but the reason why it didn't work is because, Bray Wyatt fans are hardcore Bray Wyatt fans. They will go through freaking catching flies to, have this guy's back. And here's how I know, because back then I was in this, Facebook group called the Firefly Fun House group. And it was like literally, I think 100,000 Bray Wyatt fans. And it was very toxic. Like if Bray Wyatt lost, they would lose their fucking shit. And I've never seen something like that. So
Yeah,
I
dude.
think what happened was with the Fiend, they overbooked it really
They ran him
badly
dry.
to where they gave him the title right away, and
Yeah,
then
they ran him
they
fucking dry, man.
they ran him so dry because it's like the Fiend, he gets 10 spears before Goldberg pins him 3,
I feel like
20 curve stops from Seth
see
Rollins.
I feel like the Fiend should have been a very much so a Finn Balor case, where it was every so often you would see the Fiend, but you would see Bray Wyatt mostly. Have it be almost like a Venom effect, like Marvel's Venom with the symbiote and everything. Have
Yeah.
it be almost a Venom effect, where eventually the lid pops off and you become something completely different. I can see that happening, but for Bray Wyatt, I would have redesigned his alter ego, like the Firefly Funhouse dude. I would have
Yes.
made him more of a clown looking dude, Like I would have made him more like I would have given him like suspenders, like a fucking like
No.
t-shirt or like I would have given him a very much so a Sheamus look in a way, but with the striped pants but different colors and shit, like kind of showing that it is the Fiend, but before he's the Fiend. And then when it switches, he's got the fucking attire that you see now.
I think if they can mix, like if Bray Wyatt, because he's very creative, I'm not going to doubt his creativity
Oh,
here. But if
100%.
he can take bits from everything he's done and just have this insane Bray Wyatt come back,
Yeah.
I think that he is going to be a main event guy. They just can't overbook him.
Another
And they can't have him lose too much. Because
hot
I think that's the
opinion.
problem. They never had the balance with Bray Wyatt. Because think about it.
Absolutely.
The man lost all his big matches, right? So then when he comes back, fans are demanding he needs to win. He needs to win. You can't bury him. So then by doing that, the Hell in the Cell, Seth Rollins, he gave him like 20
Absolutely.
curve stomps, kicked out at 1. So like realistically, it's like they'd never found that balance, but if they can
Yeah.
find that balance and just chill,
Hot take. Very hot opinion.
Bray Wyatt will be just fine.
Well, other than that, yeah. But I prefer the Eater of Worlds over the Fiend.
I agree.
100%. The Eater of Worlds, just because not only was it based off of my favorite horror franchise of literally all fucking time, it just showed his charisma in such a fucking horrific way. Like, he was so just soft spoken, but he was a fucking monster in the ring.
I
And
love the
I
Wyatt
loved it.
family stuff.
And
That
it
was
will
so
never
awesome.
ever happen again, and I don't want it to. Just for the sake of Brody Lee and his fucking and Luke Harper's memory, I don't ever want to see that happen again. Maybe a quick thing with like maybe Eric Redbeard or some shit, but other than that, I don't want to see anything Wyatt family related ever again. Just other than the Eater of Worlds.
You know something? The more I'm thinking about it, because there are guys that, they'll make their debut and then, like, they have bookings and stuff and they still do them
Yeah,
while, being under contract with WWE. I think what they should do is Cody should win this match. Lights go out. Bray Wyatt, I'm not saying, like, he should not be the Fiend or anything like
no,
that.
just Bray
It
Wyatt.
should be Bray Wyatt with like maybe the lantern in his hands, looking right at Cody in the middle of the ring. The lights go out. That's how you end the show so that, the viewers are like, okay, now I have to watch Raw.
That or what I would do is the teasers, like a quick like I'm cool with Bray Wyatt being there and like doing a quick angle and doing like a fucking Sister Abigail. Like I'd be cool with him doing a Sister Abigail as his new gimmick. But before that all happens, I want to see the lights go out. I want to see a fucking like video on the teleprompter with the lights out still. I want to see a fucking zoom in on his lantern. Lights come back on. I don't care what fucking color. And he does a Sister Abigail and we get to see his new gimmick. Close show.
That would be perfect, I think.
Like
And then
I
what they should
want
do
it.
is definitely build that suspense up too so that us viewers
Yep.
can really get into this.
And I want him to fuck with Cody. And I want it to happen weekly where it's like vignettes and he doesn't always show up. But when he does, it's huge. And then
And that
becomes
works
more
out because
regular
I think
after he
his
has his
only
first match.
booking, because I think really his only booking that's left is that Legends of the Ring convention in New Jersey on the 11th. So after that, he's free.
Funny timing, isn't it?
It's very funny.
Yeah.
I think that this is going to be insane, the ending
Absolutely,
of this
man.
Hell in the Cell. And I think that, yes, you can't have Cody go right for the title, so having Bray Wyatt do this with him, this is great.
Fantastic angle.
All the way to SummerSlam, this is
Yes.
perfect.
Absolutely.
And, they can create a great feud. I think, let Bray Wyatt get a win on Cody, and then at
I want him to get
SummerSlam,
into
let
his
Cody
fucking
get the
head.
win.
I want him to get into his fucking head. 100%. And I'm excited to see this new Wyatt character.
Yeah, this is going to be insane. I think Bray Wyatt does return now that I'm thinking about it more.
I'm hoping. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed.
But we
but
both do have Cody winning, right?
Absolutely.
Any other surprises or any takes that you want to, announce here before we close off this predictions?
No,
That
I
you
think
is
we
gonna
covered
happen?
everything. I think this is a show, man. That's a wrap.
Yeah, so I think also, too, we're going to probably I feel like we're going to maybe get a vignette of, like, Lacey Evans or something.
Maybe.
for Raw, probably.
Maybe.
But hey, if you let us know in the comment section below what your guys' predictions are for this Hell in the Cell pay-per-view. If you guys enjoyed this predictions with Ben and I, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications. The links are down in the description below. Go support Ben and I. Our social medias are down below.
And also remember, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, always remember, Jay is better than Jimmy.
Jay is better than Jimmy. And of course, you guys already know, we are taking over. Peace.
Peace.